Hey, Dr. Morey, Uncivilized Vitality. Here's in our shelter playlist. This would be a quick shelter. This is not something I would use on a regular camp, like especially in the summer in Michigan. I'd have to have a bug net, and usually I use a 10 by 10 ground tarp or DD hammocks, DD tarps, or an 8.5 by 8.5. Not Tyvek. What do you call that stuff? Dyneema. So I have a Dyneema tarp for when I hammock camp. But sometimes I just, like today it's sunny, I just want to throw up a quick shelter to get out of the sun, or to, if I cowboy camp, I don't want the dew on me in the morning, and I only have my poncho with me. So here's a good way to pack out your poncho. So what I usually do, I have 6 small, lightweight aluminum, they weigh nothing, 6 aluminum stakes, and a little hank of paracord. And I throw that in with my poncho. I'm ready for regular poncho use, or I can make this quick shelter out of it. I threw in a couple other small hanks of paracord pre-tied, little 6-footers, just so that I can save a little time here. So I'll show you how to set up this quick, what you call it, solar shelter, I guess. I'm going to use 2 walking sticks instead of cutting some poles, and then any shelter part of it is going to be your ground, the ground element. So I just have one of my space blankets out here to show you. You could also fold up just a drum liner in your tarp to use that. So quick shelter. All right, so I'm carrying, step back a little so you can see as we go. All right. So the first thing I want to do is lay out my tarp. Sorry, my poncho as a tarp. So lay it out this way, and we're going to take 2 stakes and stake down the back, because this will be the front. We're going to stake down the back corner. So stake that down. The other corner here, stretch it kind of tight, stake that one down. Now what we're going to do is grab a length of cord and one of our trekking poles and a stake. All right, we're going to come to the front of our tarp. We're going to grab our middle tie out. We're going to attach our line to the middle tie out, and you can do that variety of different ways. Toggles in different ways we talked about on I'm sure another video. But I'm just going to tie this through here real quick, just attach that with a pass-through bowline, because I want to use as much cord as I can. All right, so I've got that, and then I'm going to set my trekking pole up, I don't know, not too high, just a couple feet. I'm going to bring the trekking pole up, stretching those back 2 corners out, and then you can just clove hitch around the trekking pole. Don't worry about zooming in on that, we can get another video. So set my pole, oops, went down a little bit, didn't it? Set my trekking pole, bring my tarp out, and then we'll run that down. Knot in there. And we're going to use something called a stake or a pile hitch, like I've shown you before. We're going to take a biting end of my line, I'm going to wrap around the stake, under the line, and then flip that bite over the actual stake. Okay, pull this out, kind of taut. Right there is good. Stake that down. Okay, just like that. Now I grab a couple more stakes, a couple lines. Let's get that up a little taller, I think. Trekking poles are not my favorite, but just in the sense of being expedient here. So we're going to grab this other corner. Same thing, we'll grab our line and a stake. This time I'm just going to make a quick overhand knot, just make a big loop, so I've only got these 6-foot pieces of cord. Run this through the tie out, and just loop it back through itself, just so I can throw kind of a cow hitch or a lark's head on that. Take that out kind of an angle, and stake that down. Just like the same thing on the other corner. That's not the one to pull free. Oh well. I bundled these up so efficiently I can't untie them. Like I said, usually in the bag I keep 4 or 5 6-foot pieces of paracord. So you can wrap them in various configurations, usually enough to get the job done. Go through this corner, run that back through to form a cow hitch or a kind of a lark's. Then I can just slip my stake down through that loop, stake that out. Now the last cord, stake, and trekking pole, we're going to go back here. We'll set this trekking pole up a little higher. Actually, I might need the longer one for this. So I'll grab a little bit lengthier piece of paracord. I only have one more 6-foot section. I could have joined 2 together or just use a 12-foot section. This longer one will do. The first thing I want to do is close off my hood. Maybe wrap that up. Okay. Then I'm going to use this piece of cord, maybe fold that, and I can attach my cord to the folded hood of my tarp by running one of our favorites, the sheet bend. Just run that around there. Check out one of our other videos for that. So I just sheet bend that, run that over to my trekking pole. Okay. We're going to run around the trekking pole and attach with a clove hitch. To my trekking pole, get under there. Could have done a drop over clove hitch, but so I got this trekking pole in the ground. I run my stake down here to hold that up. Once again, take a little bite at the end of my line, go around my stake, under my line, and then throw that bite over the top. So I formed a stake hitch. Draw that out nice and tight. Stake it down. And now we've got a little solar hooch, or a little solar shelter. That's just enough if I were going to sleep in there, keep the dew off me overnight. And then, like I said, a secondary part would be ground covering, for which I'd use this space blanket. I could fold that out, and then I could crawl right inside here. And at least I would be, yep, that's sleeping downhill. I'll turn around the other way. At least I would be out of the rain and the wet, and I could sleep under here and wake up with no dew on me. Now, it's not very spacious, but it's enough to keep the dew off me. And or if I just want to get out of the sun for a little while, that's pretty good. It's about as good a shelter, field expedient shelter as you can make with a standard USGI poncho. Obviously, I would prefer the more spacious room of my regular poncho, but in a hurry, this would make a nice shelter to get out of the rain. That's it. So, field expedient solar shelter, or a dew cover to keep yourself relatively dry when you're cowboy camping and not having to carry extra gear. So that's it. If you like that, leave some comments, like and subscribe, comment below if you have some other shelter questions or ideas you'd like to see. So that's it.